Okay. Hi, everybody. John Harris here with my pal Billy Smith. We're about to do week 3 of the 2025 NFL season and our picks, um, and go over, of course, the review for last week's picks. I might mention 2 sentences about Major League Baseball. We'll keep it at that. But they're really the two sports things going on right now. Uh, Before we do that, though, I'm going to get you to a couple friends of ours to give you that information at least. Um, uh, First is Vineland Realty Corporation. Our friend Dennis is there at 634 East Landis Avenue in Vineland, New Jersey. For any real estate needs you need or business needs you need, if you need to rent, buy, or residential, I shouldn't exclude that. Rent, buy, lease out, um, or business information. You get a hold of Dennis and his crew at 634 East Avenue in Vineland. 856-680-9482 is their phone number. That's Vineland Realty Corporation in Vineland, New Jersey. And of course, our newest sponsor, who's going to be pretty busy today here on Saturday, he's going to be in Manhattan, Kansas for German Fest. It's not an Oktoberfest, but it is a German festival in Manhattan. Um, at Schatzi Schnitzel House, private German food caterer. They do all kinds of food, but they specialize in German food with Chef Manfred. Normally, their catering house is 121 South Broadway in Riley, Kansas, but today you can find them at Manhattan Brewery in Manhattan, Kansas, where he's got a full menu out, and it should be a lot of fun. Food is great, and Manhattan Brewery, I've been there. It's a pretty cool place. So, folks, you get a chance to go Manhattan Brewery today. It's being catered by Schatzi Schnitzel House, 121 South Broadway in Riley, Kansas, is the catering house address. And of course, Manhattan Brewery in Manhattan, Kansas, is where they will be with a full menu today. Uh, there you have it. We thank those folks for helping us out and for every show we do every week. So thanks, fellas and ladies, and we will get ready to rock and roll. You ready, Bill?
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
All right. Man, Bill sounds like he's got more energy than me. He does. Um, Records from last week. Let me see. Bill was regular straight up picks 12-4. Against the spread, he was 12-4. Pretty nice, buddy. Over under 7-9. It's a little better than you've had the last couple of weeks, I think. So you're getting there. Um, Games, I was 14-2. Um, and odds, I was 12-4, right with Bill. I had a good over under week at 11-5.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll take that one. So up to date, Bill is game picks 27-5 at 94%. Odds he's 20-11 with one push at 53%. So we're still making money there, Bill. Good job. Uh Games, I am 29-3 for 91%. I don't know how that worked out. Oh no, that's right. Yeah, you had a higher. And I was gonna say you should have a higher number. I don't know what's going on there. Odds 23-8-1. So that gets me to 74%. That's pretty good so far. And usually early, I suck. It usually takes me to about week 3 or 4, but I'm fortunate there. And over under, I am barely treading water as well at 17-15, 53%. So, but we're both making you money. That's the key. So,
Yeah,
uh,
for sure.
yeah. So, Bill, if you're ready, let's whip through our picks here. I can just whip through them, and if there's any differences, we can chat about them. We both won Buffalo as the pick, and we both won. No, Bill lost Buffalo in the odds. Miami got closer than we thought they would. I was fortunate and did take Miami last minute, I think, to cover. Um, Over under, I got the win there because it was a high over under number at 50.5, and Bill took the loss because Miami stopped scoring. Um, I think it was personal, Bill. I don't think they like you. So Green Bay, that so we'll go with now. And I didn't. They're not that first game is not in our totals because I still do it week by week. So I didn't want to add that in the season totals and confuse everything. So um, Green Bay and Cleveland. Green Bay is picked by 6.5. The over/under is 43.5. Billy and I both took Green Bay to cover. Bill took the under 43.5. I took the over. Rams and Philly. Philly's picked by 3.5. Bill took Philly across the board and the over, which is 44.5. I took Philly to win, but the Rams to cover. I think it'll take a field goal or less than a field goal to win it. Uh, and I took the over as well on the 44.5. So you think, Bill, that Philly's going to cover the spread?
Yeah, I think so at home.
That's a good point
Yeah,
too. It's in Philly.
yeah,
Uh, I don't know. I just think the Rams will keep it close and
yeah. Rams usually play Philly tough.
yeah, yeah. And it wouldn't surprise me if the Rams win, to be honest with you. It really would.
Yeah, no, that's very possible.
Yeah. Atlanta, Carolina. Atlanta's picked by 5.5. We both took Atlanta across the board. The only difference is Bill took the over and I took the under, the 44.5 point spread.
I got Carolina to cover. Atlanta to
Oh,
win.
you did give Carolina the cover? Okay.
Yeah,
I have it wrong. I apologize. We'll change that then right now to Atlanta.
I mean, it wouldn't be surprised if it's a blowout, but I think Carolina offensively is not bad. There's the defense is
Yeah, their offense has
what
improved.
yeah,
They had this year's offense with last year's defense, they'd have made some noise.
yeah.
I'm taking the under 44.5, and I'm taking Atlanta across the board, so we're a little different there. Uh, Atlanta just looked really good Monday night, I thought.
Mhm.
If they have the running game going like they did the other night, then I think that's going to be big.
Yeah.
Uh, Indianapolis and Houston, Tennessee. I always the Titans. I keep still wanting to call the Houston Oilers from way back when. Um, Indy and Tennessee. It's a 4.5 point spread. Indy's given up to Tennessee, and 43.5 over under. I took Indy in the over, and so did Bill.
Yeah, the only thing I worry about is Tennessee plays Indy tough. So they
Yeah,
knocked them out of the playoffs like a year or two ago. So
yeah, it's something to worry about.
for now.
But see, that's the part about your heart because Billy's an Indy fan, so I'm sure he's a little scared and shaky, like I am with the Chiefs and with the Eagles. Bill's like that with Washington and Indy. So let me see. Speaking of Washington, next game on my list is Vegas against the former Redskins. Vegas against the Commanders. I hate that name. I would have rather you just called them the Washington football team and stuck with that. I think that sounded a little better, especially since it's a similar thing to football or soccer, uh, which is only the most popular sport in the world.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think they should have kept it as the Washington football team. But that being said, with Daniels out, I changed my original Washington pick to Vegas. It's a 43.5 point spread. So I took Vegas across the board and the over. Bill
yeah,
took
yeah.
Washington across the board and the over.
Mariota.
He's going with Mariota, folks. I think Gino had a bad game last week, a couple of bad breaks. The only thing would be to me is if Washington can get a pass rush, then Vegas is in trouble. But if they can't, or if it's slowed down even just a little bit, then I think Vegas should win it. But Pittsburgh and New England. Pittsburgh is picked by 1.5. The over under is 44.5. I went with the under. I keep wanting to change this to New England, but I'm not. I'm gonna hold my beer. Stick with Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh will win, and if they do win, since it's 1.5, I think they'll cover.
Yeah.
And Bill has the same thing. Cincinnati and Minnesota. This is a battle of the backup quarterbacks here. Browning is in for Joe Burrow, who's going to be out. It looks like at least 6 games, maybe longer. Minnesota, I don't know how long McCarthy's going to be out. Uh,
Yeah, I'm not.
I think they're saying 2 to 4, maybe.
I believe that's what it is. Okay, real check it real quick. JJ McCarthy. It just says consider week to week.
Oh, okay. His is a high ankle sprain, right?
But yeah, and his replacement is none other than Carson Wentz.
Uh, Carson Wentz
Yeah.
playing again to be considered for a job somewhere next year. So he's got a little pressure on him, but we've seen that not work for him. He had a great 2/3 of a season in Philadelphia when he started. Once he got hurt, he has not been the same since he's come back. And I don't mean it physically, I just mean performance wise. He just hasn't been the same. So we have Cincinnati, Minnesota there. It's a 41.5 point over under. I took Minnesota to cover and the over. Bill took Cincinnati to win and cover and the over. So that's going to be interesting. Um, it is going to depend on which quarterback I think performs a little better. The only thing I will say is I think you may be on the right track only because Cincinnati has a couple of extra weapons that Minnesota doesn't have. I mean, they have Justin Jefferson, but then you look at the other side,
Yeah,
you got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and
yeah. But Minnesota's got the better defense. So.
that's true, and that's the key. And you know what they say: defense wins football games. So I'm going to go with Minnesota on that one. Jets at Tampa Bay. 6.5 point favorites are Tampa Bay. Um, and I took them across the board, as did Bill. The points is 43.5. Bill took over, I took under. But I don't see it. Is Fields out?
Fields is out.
Fields is out, so I don't.
Tyrod's gonna be
Oh, that's right, Tyrod Taylor.
TT.
Yeah, TT might as well say
He
bye bye.
stinks.
Yeah, yeah, he's the old Chevy Chase line from Caddyshack. He's not good. Well, I'm no slouch myself. Oh, give yourself credit. You're a tremendous slouch. Uh, Houston and Jacksonville. Uh, I don't understand why. Maybe Bill does. Jacksonville was picked by a point and a half, and the over-under is 43.5. We both took over on the 43.5. Bill took Jacksonville across the board. I took Houston across the board. So we'll have
Yeah,
something.
this one was could have been. It could go either way. Houston just doesn't have any. They have one weapon on offense, and their offense line's not well. So that's why I'm taking Jackson.
All right. I'm not. Um, I think Trevor Lawrence has underachieved from what everybody has wanted him to be.
Oh yeah, I agree. But if
Um,
it was in Houston, I would say different story. But in Jacksonville, I
Yeah,
think.
the fact that it's only a 1.5 point just seems like even when Jacksonville plays pretty well, they find a way to lose the game.
Mhm.
It's a bug, it's a curse, I think. So I'm like, well, I'm just not gonna buy into it. So uh New Orleans, Seattle. Seattle's picked by 7.5 in New Orleans. Bill took Seattle to win and New Orleans to cover. I took Seattle across the board. We both took the over 41.5.
And it's in Seattle, not in New
And it is
Orleans.
in
Yeah,
Seattle.
it is in
So,
Seattle. Yeah.
uh,
So that 12th man, as they say, the 12th man there.
yeah, 12th man might give me more than the 7.5 points. But if it was in New Orleans, that would be a big deal. A
Yeah,
bigger
for
deal.
sure.
Yeah. Denver against the Chargers. This should be a battle. It really should be.
Mhm.
The Chargers are picked by 2.5, I think largely because it's in LA, as they say the home team gets 3 points or whatever. So that tells me that they're thinking this game should be even. I agree if that's the case, but I am going to go with the Chargers since it's 2.5. I think it could be a field goal game. It's 46.5 on the over under. I took the over. I think both teams will be able to score some points. Not a whole lot. If they
Right.
get that 46.5, it won't be by a lot.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm taking the Chargers over and under. And Bill
Yeah,
took the
I'm taking the Chargers also.
you took the
Denver,
under, right?
I took the under. I think Denver's defense was supposed to be better than what it has shown so far, but I think that was the big difference. Why I picked them so high this year was their defense,
Yeah.
but they haven't really
I'm
done
surprised
much.
they haven't come out of the gates very well yet.
No.
Uh Dallas and Chicago is no Williams is playing, so everybody's on board.
Hmm.
Just he hasn't played well. Uh Dallas, it's a 50.5 point over under. So I went with under. I took Dallas across the board to beat the Bears. Bill took Dallas across the board to beat the Bears, but he took over the 50.5. So he's got more faith in Dallas is scoring points, but I just don't think Chicago will.
Well, if Giants could score 30 on Dallas, I think Chicago could score 30 on Dallas.
That's good thinking.
That's why I
I'll
took
just-
the over there.
oh no, I don't blame him. I'm going with the under just
Just
for
because.
some reason, just because I just don't see it. But that's me. Um, Arizona at San Francisco is the last 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central game. 2.5. The Niners are picked by 2.5 points. Bill went with the Niners. The under is 44.5. Bill went under. I did the same exact thing. Um, I like what Mac Jones did last week. Mac Jones was he was on. He showed
Hmm.
a little bit of that why New England and why he did have a good first season in New England. Um, and then of course, after that,
And the wheels fell
yeah. Um, but
off.
I like
Wheels on the bus go.
round and flat,
Flat.
flat. He, he's calling AAA. We on the bus go. Call AAA. Call. Uh, so yeah, San Francisco. We both took the under, and we both took them across the board. Um, on Sunday night, Kansas City plays the Giants. Chiefs have struggled to score points and move the football, but their defense has kept them in games. We both took the Chiefs across the board. The over under is 45-5. We both took over that. I think the Giants may score points. The Chiefs going to have to outscore them to win. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
45.
this one here I would almost bet the house on because I can't see KC going 0 and 3
No, I can't
and,
either.
and and counting the Super Bowl be 0 and 4, but I
Yeah.
just don't see that happening.
Mm-mm.
Um, even in Giant Stadium, it doesn't matter. I don't think.
That doesn't matter. So yeah, we're both on the same page there. And last but not least, on Monday night, Bill's, I don't know if it's his third team or second team, but Bill's other favorite team is Baltimore. Detroit goes to Baltimore, and the Ravens are picked by 4.5. I Bill took Baltimore to cover, or Baltimore to win. I'm
Over to
sorry.
win. Yep.
Baltimore to win, Detroit to cover, and he took the over 53.5 points.
Yeah, this could be a field goal.
This could be this could be a field goal win for Baltimore, maybe, and it's going to be a high scoring, rip roaring affair, 34-31 or something like that, or
Mhm.
it's going to be a tough one. A lot of points scored. Bill took over. I took over the 53.5, and I took Baltimore across the board. I think they're going to win by more than 4.5. I think it's going to be
Yeah,
like,
this would be a great game to get those prop bets, and
yeah,
they're
who
going.
scores first? Who scores?
Everybody's going to be scoring over the yardage.
Yeah, there's going to be enough prop bets there that if you lose the first prop bet, you'll make up for it with the second one. There's going to be quite a few of them. So we've got just a couple differences. Most of them are over under. I think we do have one outstanding. Well, we have the Jacksonville Houston game as far as covering the point spread. I'm looking to see. We have a couple games where we're actually different on the game pick. Oh, Cincinnati, Minnesota. I'm taking Minnesota. Bill's taking Cincinnati. Um, I'm taking Vegas over Washington. Bill's keeping Washington. That might be the only
I think that's the most we've ever had so far.
There's two. Well, with a couple of the over-unders, yeah,
Yeah,
we have a
yeah.
couple. But yeah, Philly and the Rams. I'm taking the
Who
Rams
goes?
to cover. Bill's taking them across the Eagles across the board. So you're right. That's really it. We've been almost identical every week. So
Hmm.
we'll see what happens there. So that's it for your week three picks. There are a couple little baseball notes, I guess. Cal Raleigh hit is it 55? He is on fire, this guy.
I'll let you know in a second.
I think it's 55.
He
He,
has 56
oh, 56.
homers,
Okay.
118 ribbies. Yeah.
Ugh. Schwarber has been struggling, but now he hit one this week, so he's up to 52 or 53. He
Uh,
was right behind, and I still think he's the number two guy behind Raleigh. And then Otani hit his 50th the other day. Otani against the Phillies went five no-hit innings and had the lead. They pulled him out because he had about 80 pitches, I think. And the Phillies saw the bullpen like a pit bull sees a rare steak. And they just went nuts and ended up winning the game, even though they were down, I think, 4-0. Um, the Brewers are starting to struggle a little bit. Uh, Padres and Dodgers still in a dogfight in the National League West. Uh, the Central, even though the Brewers have the Cubs are on starting to catch up a little bit to the Brewers, so they better be a little careful. But I think that part's set. It's a matter of who wins the overall first round by. I mean, the Phillies will win one, Milwaukee will win one, but it's a matter of which one would have home advantage if they face each other.
hmm
So that's what's in play there. So that's why Philly is still trying to catch. And last I knew, it was a game and a half. Milwaukee was up. Milwaukee lost last night, and of course the Phillies won.
Uh, Brewers got a 2-game lead on them.
Is it two games?
Two
Okay,
games over the Phillies, yeah.
it must have been up to three, and then the Phillies gained a game last night.
And then the wild card, right now you have Brewers, Phillies, Dodgers as the leaders.
Right?
Wild card, you got the Cubs. They're pretty much in it. They're 8 games up. Padres are 3 games up, and the Mets are the third team. But the
Mets
Reds,
are fighting off some people, aren't they? The Reds.
yeah, the Reds are 2 behind, Diamondbacks 3 behind, and Giants 4 behind. So
Okay, yeah, the Giants lost last night, and of course the Diamondbacks lost last night. So that helps the Mets if you're a Mets fan.
mhm.
Uh, but the Mets aren't playing great either. So
And then the American
they
League,
won last night.
yes. In the American League, you got the Blue Jays, Mariners, and Tigers as your division
As your
leaders.
wild card. Oh, as your division leaders.
And the wild card, the Yankees, Red Sox, and Astros,
Yeah.
with the Guardians 1.5 behind the Red Sox and the Astros.
Wow. I know they've been playing very well. And actually, they're coming. I don't know how far behind Detroit they are, but everybody's like, oh, Detroit's been in a little bit of a tailspin, and
Well,
Cleveland's won like,
yeah, it's 2.5. It's 2.5 for the lead there. So yeah.
yeah. So it's not like it was. And they have a big series coming up, those two teams, I think, next week.
Hmm.
Three-game series in Cleveland. This is where I miss Bob Uecker as Harry Doyle. You know, get your tomahawks out, Cleveland.
I think what's hurting Scooble is out, isn't he? Has he been hurt? I think.
I didn't hear that, but you might be right. I haven't heard it. Um, but I think you're right. It's been pitching no matter what. Even if Scoogle's pitching, Scooble, he can only pitch one day a week, or on the right week two times. But he can only pitch once every 5 days.
Yeah.
So there were a couple blowouts last night. Kansas City won
Oh,
20-1. They fell behind 1-0 in the first, and then after that, man,
They
it
threw
was,
up 3 touchdowns on them boys.
yeah, they missed an extra point. Here's how bad it was, Bill. I watched part of the condensed game, and uh, they had position players pitching as early as the seventh inning. They knew it was over. It was over. Oh, it was, and it was a big first inning. It was funny because the Tampa Bay announcers were talking about uh, all the things they could do, or not Tampa Bay, was it Toronto? Toronto. We're talking about all the things they could do to clinch the wild card, clinch the playoff spot. All they had to do was win, blah, blah, blah. And then they get hammered from the first inning on. Ouch. So, and that ex-Philly, ex-Cincinnati Red, uh, what's his name? Lorenzen pitched well enough last night to get him 5 or 6 good innings, I think, and then the bullpen took over. So,
Hmm.
um, Bobby Witt Jr. still looks like a hero. I mean, he made some plays last night at shortstop. He threw one guy out on a one-hop throw from shallow left field.
That's
I
crazy.
mean, just a dive, and he had to dive and get up. It was a backhand play. Dove got up, gunned it, and it was a perfect one-hop throw. And that's in grass. It's not like AstroTurf that you gain some speed. So I mean, it just as far as the throw is concerned on that hop, just amazing. That kid can play. Um, so watched a couple of other bits of other games last night as well.
Hmm.
Philadelphia and Arizona. Uh, that was kind of the same. Arizona had the lead, and Philadelphia came back, and then late in the game really opened the door. Um, who had somebody had three. I think Stott had 3 hits last night. Harper had 3 hits. Alec Boehm's first game back off the DL, and he had 2 hits, including a double and RBI. I think he scored twice. So that was exactly what you wanted from him. Um, so they're starting to round into shape. It looks like Harrison Bader hit a home run last night. That guy, tell me he's not a diamond
That
in
was a
the
nice
rough. They
addition. Yeah.
found, man, they found him and tell me I hope they sign him because he's done. His contract's done this year.
Mhm.
Uh, Castellanos had a good night coming off the bench. He didn't start, but when they went to a left-hander, they put him in for Kepler, and he ends up with a 2-run homer to give the Phillies some cushion at the time, and then has an RBI double later. So and had 3 hits, and he didn't even start. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. I think this is his last year on a contract too, so I would expect the Phillies to let him go in free agency.
Mhm.
I like the guy. It seems like if you want to see an awkward interview, Bill, look at him after last night's game because they named him the player of the game. You talk about one word answers, man. They were like, uh, getting used to this role. How you doing? Okay. So, are you doing more or less to prepare for blah blah blah? And how do you prepare? Well, obviously it's less work. Holy shit, dude. I mean, everything. The only time he opened up a little bit is when they congratulated him toward the end because his home run was his 250th. So he gave a little bit then, but the rest of it, and I've seen him, he's like this in most interviews. He's not
Yeah.
real responsive. He just looks like he's in a bad mood. Quit bothering me. I don't want to. But last night, I mean, that's Scott Fransky, and they're asking him softball questions to try to make him feel better, and he wasn't having it. I was like, wow. And that's after 3 hits and a home run. B ain't having it. He didn't start, so he's pissed. um, but supposedly he's got not a bum knee, but a minor injury to a knee as well. So, but he's playing through that. But I think the Phillies are going to let him go. I think there's some other guys around the league that are playing out their last years of contracts that you're going to see on the market. So,
Yeah, no, I agree.
but you're right about Harrison Bader. The Phillies probably need to sign him. If you do, you got your center fielder for however long that contract is. But they've got some guys coming up on contracts. You've got Realmuto, Castellanos. The big one, of course, is Schwarber, um, and of course now Bader, um, and Ranger Suarez. So it's like you can't sign them all. I think the big talk is if they sign Schwarber and Realmuto, then Suarez is probably going to be let go. Like let him test free agency. So
I don't even see him keeping Real Muto. I really don't.
I don't know. I think you're right. I think that's tough, but they better have somebody in the wings.
Hmm.
I don't think Marshawn's the answer, or they got to go out and get somebody in free agency. I would predict they'll go out and get a bigger bat and maybe give up a little of the defense,
Hmm.
which that's a risky move. So
Yeah.
uh, unless you have something, Bill, sports wise, that's about it.
No, that's pretty good.
There was a big heavyweight fight this past week. Um, was it Canelo?
Yeah, he lost.
He
Yeah.
lost. He was the heavyweight champ and he lost. So that's going to be interesting if they keep it up. And the guy that beat him, and I can't remember his name. I really am
Yeah.
terrible now with names. Uh,
I can't think of it, but he's undefeated and he moved up two weight
I was
spots.
going to say, and that's where I was going. He moved
Yeah.
up two weight classes to
Yeah.
fight, and now he's the champ. So it's. I wish boxing would come back more. I really do.
Hmm.
Um, but I think they hurt themselves when there's so many different belts you could win. I mean, you win a fight, you can end up with five or six belts coming out of there, you know? It's like
Participation
so
belt.
ridiculous. The WBC, the WBA, then there's another one, IP something or other. I don't know. It's just, I mean, the IP Daily one, I guess, maybe. I don't know. But there's like five or six belts out there now. It's like they watered it down, you know? Um, and
Yeah,
everybody's
he
on
he
MMA.
he actually walked out of the ring with five belts against Canelo. I was
Did he
like,
really?
yeah, that's like,
Yeah, so I knew it was five or six belts. It's like crazy. So, um, other than that, I don't know of anything. Well, Lionel Messi did sign a new contract with Miami yesterday, so um, that's going to be fun to watch him again for a couple more years, running around in those pink shirts.
hmm.
But actually, that's a great marketing idea because they're selling like hotcakes from what everybody says. So because
Yeah,
they're unusual, and then you get Messi's name on the back of it. It's like, wow. So,
that's what they're doing. LAFC just did the same thing with Son from he was playing over in Tottenham,
uh-huh.
and they brought him over. So they're all money makers,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're going
and
to
they
be
still and they
strong.
still got some stuff left in the tank. So I mean,
Yeah. It's not like the old days when they were signing guys that didn't have much left and they were just a draw.
hmm.
Now you're right. They're signing guys that still have really good years left,
Hmm.
and they're playing well. So, and that's what people want to see. So that's a good thing.
Hmm.
Um, Other than that, I think that's it. I haven't seen or heard anything on the basketball front. I haven't seen or heard anything on the hockey front. Those things should be starting to shift into gear as far as
Yeah,
practice.
I think the Flyers have a preseason game this coming week.
Okay. And I'm interested in those because they have a couple young guys. New coach, right?
Hmm. Yeah, Rick Tockett's back.
Rick Tockett's back. So guess we'll sit back and see what happens there. I am kind of interested in that. And I'm interested to see what happens with inside the NBA going over to ESPN. Um, it won't be watered down because if it is, Barkley will leave and Shaq will leave. And I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if even after this season, if Barkley says, I just don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah,
Uh, the only reason I think he's doing it is because of the other three guys. Um, but supposedly they're going to let it go as much as possible, but sometimes they'll have to constrain the time at the end
yeah,
where TBS was just like,
yeah.
let
They
him
went
run.
on, went
Yeah.
on.
So, and that's why I think Barkley, if it's too tight, he's more lackadaisical. They would just like to keep going. If he thinks it's getting too strict time wise and stuff, then he'll 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 say I'm done.
Hmm.
So, But I'm curious to see what happens there. Uh, the big thing everybody says is it's in the same studio. A lot of the same people are doing the production. The only difference will be the logo because it's still going to be taped in Atlanta and everything. So, all right, sir.
My friend,
All right. For Schatzi Schnitzel House, for Vineland Realty Company Corporation, Vineland Realty Corporation, sorry. And for my pal Billy Smith, and for all you football fans out there, we've been sitting in the cheap seats, and that's our NFL week three picks. Thanks, Bill. We'll talk to you soon.
you got it, pal.
All right, and thanks to everybody else. You guys take care. Enjoy the games, everybody, as Billy says. Enjoy the games.
Enjoy the games.